It's been less than a month since the appointment of the business rescue practitioner just coming through to safeguard the interest of shareholders at Piotrans. Today we see a multi-stakeholder engagement in Soweto, whereby all of these officials from the government, also from the shareholder space, the creditors and those in the transport sector are just gathering in Soweto today to really chant a new way forward for Rea Vaya and Piotrans as a company. I'm going to bring into the conversation this afternoon the business rescue practitioner, Mr. Tayob Mahier, who just let us in really on the developments. We know very well that you've unveiled a new fleet in terms of the buses. You've spoken about how really when you look at it, things were not operating optimally at Rea Vaya at Piotrans. Hence, we saw you being roped in, and also just confirming with us that you've gotten the backing of creditors, SARS and even government in terms of the work that lies ahead as a business rescue practitioner. Welcome to the SABC. Give us a sense of why we find ourselves here today.
Thank you. Good morning to you, Katlego, and good morning to your viewers as well. So yes, as you have seen, I have full support from the government, from SARS, from Centaco, from Sambrata, from the shareholders, from the unions, and it's quite unique. For such a short time, I was appointed on the 22nd of December, and up till now, with the interventions of all of the participants, it showed it is possible. And when there is that willingness, it becomes an easy rescue. And it is my opinion that this company will turn into profitability in the next 2 months already. With the unveiling of 45 buses, those are feeder buses, we should be operating around 100 buses in the next month or so.
Yeah. In terms of the work that you've really gotten into since taking over as the business rescue practitioner, just give us preliminary findings in terms of what has been happening at this particular company. Hence, we see you being roped in to try rescue it.
As I stated, my profession as a forensic auditor made it easy for me. There was large allegations of fraud, which I can now prove, maladministration, fraudulent use of the company's assets. All of those have now been stopped. I've stopped the bleeding, I've stopped the hemorrhaging, I've managed to have a positive balance, I've secured the services of many professionals that could assist me in this endeavor. So whilst that process is ongoing, I will continue investigating, but I don't want to stop at the moment. I first need to move forward so that the shareholders, the fiscal can start getting paid, and then I will continue to do this investigation. And as I have always said, those delinquents will be prosecuted to the full extent of the law.
And just before we let you go as well, we've seen that you've unveiled a fleet of new buses. You've really roped in almost everybody to come and help you. We've seen the MMC as well agile in terms of what lies ahead for the company. Are we really sure at this point in time that jobs are going to be saved of those that are working here in the new fleet? Does it mean that we're going to see more jobs than created for those that would then find themselves getting opportunities for these buses to go onto the roads?
Yes. So Katlego, when I took over, there were more employees than buses. And I took the decision not to terminate any employees, whether by attrition or by retrenchment. In fact, I chose to increase the fleet. By increasing the fleet, I've managed to secure those jobs. And part of this President Ramaphosa's appeal was to safeguard jobs. And that's exactly what we try to do. And we will continue to do so. We have no intention of dismissing anyone. In fact, the more buses to our fleet, the more people we will employ.
And how long do you have in terms of this process?
Well, you heard the MMC and you heard they want me to stay on as long as it possibly can until I restructure and construct a proper board. So this is for the long run.
All right, so everything of the best. Of course, Mr. Mr. Mahier Tayob coming through there as the business rescue practitioner for Piotrans, just moving to ensure that those buses are on the roads and those concerns coming from commuters are addressed. Today, we saw 10 new buses that were unveiled here today. We see shareholders also happy looking at the interventions. Most of them were worried about this company going into liquidation, but also the work is cut out really for the business rescue practitioner in terms of what has been happening for years here at Piotrans. I'm Katlego Legodi for SABC News in Midlands, Soweto.